another big round of applause for these guys. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna start asking the questions.
Cool.
And then we'll switch to the audience at about the halfway mark. But so I guess, I mean, when we introduced the movie, I was talking about how it's like a melting pot of genres. You know, you begin with X-Men. Like I think there's you have like inspirations from X-Men, maybe even Heat, Michael Mann's Heat and stuff like that.
Sure, we talked
Yeah.
about Heat.
All right. So take it away from me. So tell me about like the origin, the genesis of this storyline.
Those are all things that we pulled from. This actually started off as a short film. I don't know if anyone knows this story, but about 4 years ago, I called up Rob and me and Chris. We were like, hey, let's make a short film. Who knows where it's gonna go? We should do a genre film that is something that we haven't seen, that we want to see. So we, me and Chris went down to LA and we shot the short film, and it was just kind of a reflection of kind of what we wanted to see at the time. And then from there, we released it, and the internet responded, and we raised a bunch of financing to go make the feature, which was kind of our dream. We didn't know if it was going to happen or not. And then that's kind of how it jumped out. So from there, we started watching movies that we loved. Michael Mann, from Michael Mann to Neil Blomkamp. There wasn't one movie where we're like, this is it.
Neil Blomkamp's the director of District 9.
Yes, yeah, and some of the best, great genre films that we love. But it was also, beyond just movies. Like, it was a lot of it, talking to Robbie and kind of like finding a story that we could kind of get behind and that we felt was human. And Rob, we had some conversations even about, kind of you growing up in Toronto, and that was a jumping off point for us as well.
We knew that we wanted to make something we would be fans of, and something that was in our wheelhouse, and we know the sci-fi world very well and the superhero world very well. But we also wanted to make it our own. So that's where we took, kind of our twist on, maybe it's not as beneficial to have superpowers as you might think. And we always wanted to ground it and make it very relatable. So one of the things we talked about was, at its core, this is about a guy and how far he will go to save a loved one, his mom. And that's something that, anyone can watch and put themselves in their shoes.
I wanted to go back to the short film for a second, sure. But by the way, because the short film, I mean, it is this movie, but it's also very different. Like, I mean, there's like what you see in the short film is not what you see in this movie. But I mean, you say it started as a short film, but I mean, I've also heard you guys describe the short film as a proof of concept. Like, you already had a feature in mind, or you were gonna think it was a way to just get the funds to make the real movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was never a plan to just make the short film and have the short film live. It was always make the short film with the hope that it leads to a feature. But the short film wasn't necessarily going to be a scene from the movie. It was, here's the world that it will take place in. Here are some of the characters. Here's proof that it'll look good, and you're not wasting your money giving it to us on an Indiegogo campaign. Because that's really tough, to ask people to help support something and fork over their hard-earned dollars. We felt like we needed to prove that we knew what we were doing to make people feel comfortable.
When you say look good, now this is a big thing, like the world building here. That was there in the short film, that's there in this. I mean, from the drones to even just the labor where, these guys are working as in carpentry and such. Like, I mean, all of that detail is, I think, what really powers this storyline, what makes it feel fresh again. Describe that process of creating this world, and like, what were the touches you really wanted to get in there?